The Last Pearl. In the deepest part of the ocean, where sunlight was only a distant memory, there lived a mermaid named Narina. Unlike others of her kind, she possessed something rare, sacred, and powerful, the Last Pearl. Legends whispered that this pearl held the heartbeat of the sea, a magic so strong it could heal the ocean, calm storms, or even bring a dying soul back from the brink. But such power came with a price. One night, as the tides swayed under a silver moon, a sailor fell into the abyss, his ship broken by a cruel storm. Narina found him sinking, his life slipping away like grains of sand. She could save him, but only if she gave up the last pearl. If she did, the ocean would never have its magic again. For a long moment, she hesitated. The sea had given her life, raised her in its embrace. But as she looked at the fading man, she saw something in him, a dream, a future, a chance for life where the ocean had only known endless tides. With a final whisper of an ancient song, she pressed the pearl to his chest. It glowed like the first sunrise, and in an instant, the water around him shimmered with warmth. The man's eyes opened, breath returning to his lungs. The pearl was gone. The sea had lost its last great magic, but Narina didn't feel sorrow. She had given life, and in doing so, she had become something greater than magic itself. She was a legend now, a story carried by the waves. And somewhere, in the deepest part of the ocean, the sea whispered her name. The Last Pearl, Part 2. As the sailor's breath returned, Narina watched his eyes flutter open. He gasped, hands reaching for his chest, where the last pearl's magic had soaked into his soul. He was alive. But something had changed. The ocean no longer whispered to Narina the way it once had. The currents that once danced at her command were still. The power she had known since birth, the heartbeat of the sea, was gone. She had given it all away. The sailor, still dazed, gazed up at her in wonder. What are you?" he whispered, his voice hoarse from nearly drowning. "I am just a mermaid now," she murmured. But before she could swim away, a deep tremor rumbled through the ocean. The sea had sensed the loss of its magic. Balance had been broken. Without the last pearl, the waters would grow restless, storms more violent, the deep more unforgiving. The ocean was no longer whole. And the creatures that lurked in its darkest corners, the ones who had long feared the pearl's power, were waking. A shadow slithered in the abyss below. Something ancient had noticed. Narina turned to the sailor. "You must go. Now?" But the water shifted, and from the depths, a voice called out, low, hungry, endless. "Foolish child, you have given away what was never yours to lose." A shape emerged from the blackness, serpentine, with glowing, hollow eyes, a creature as old as the ocean itself. It had waited centuries for the pearl's magic to disappear, and now, nothing could stop it from rising. The sailor grabbed Narina's hand. "Come with me." She looked at him, this fragile human she had saved, and then at the monster in the dark. She had made her choice. Now, she would have to fight for it. To be continued. Waterwave crossed swords # sparkles.